Welcome to episode 76 of the HoopSmack podcast. I'm your host tonight, Chris Willis, and with me we got Mr. Aaron Fong.
What's up?
Mr. Dante Peterson.
What up, world?
Wearing a Warriors hat, wearing a Pelicans hat. Bad blood already starting the episode, but anyway, they have a 14-point lead right now. Looks like they're going to wrap up their series. The Houston Rockets wrapped up their series earlier tonight against the Utah Jazz. Do you guys want to start with the Western Conference Finals, or do you want to discuss?
We can go to the West.
Go to the West.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward who the two favorites were.
Right, we got the match we been talking about the last 3 episodes, I think, even though Fong didn't want us to for whatever reason. But Golden State will be heading to Houston. I don't know when Game 1 is. I assume it's later this week. What do you guys think of these first 2 games in Houston? What do you think is going to happen?
I think the death lineup.
It's Hampton's 5 now.
Yeah, the Hampton 5. Yeah.
I think the death lineup.
The death lineup. I like that name better as well. But I think that lineup is going to show out. I mean, Steph
down to 11.
Steph is still trying to get his lungs. He's about to get jiggy. I know that there's going to be a hell of a rest for both teams because they want to let the other series catch up. So there's going to be some time between tonight and Game 1. Like you, I don't know when that's going to start, but there's going to be some time. So fresh legs on both sides of the ball, and I mean this is the McGregor versus Mayweather fight that we wanted to see. Only we didn't have to jump through hoops to get there.
I didn't want to see that fight.
Who's McGregor in this scenario? It wasn't a competitive fight.
I would say this is more Canelo, Triple G.
No, that's more
comparable.
I used the right analogy. We know who the champ is, right?
Yes, we do.
We know who Floyd is in this bout.
Down to 9.
Down to 7.
Oh.
There's a lot of hype behind. There's a lot of hype behind the Rockets, just like there was a lot of hype behind McGregor, and we saw what happened. And it's going to be, part 2. Only this is going to happen on a basketball court in 4 games. So exciting. Sucks that it had to be Houston. I lost yet another bet.
I wasn't going to bring it up, actually.
No, it's cool. Chance texted me as soon as the
I would
as
too.
soon as the clock hit 000, 000, he texts me when he can get his Harden. So
what colorway?
I'm purchasing some lifestyles. We'll have to discuss colorway.
Instagram Live.
I didn't really talk about it, but I doubled down on this bet, and I also bet someone else on the series. And the loser, which is me, has to be draped in Minnesota Vikings gear when they come to play the Seahawks in December 10th, and it's going to be my Facebook profile. So, this is.
So how do those relate? The Houston Rockets bet turned into a Minnesota Vikings.
I don't know why that was the wager.
My
buddy is a huge Vikings fan. Obviously, I'm a Hawks fan. He said he wanted to see me in Vikings gear if the Rockets made it to the Western Conference Finals. So I was
he got his wish, I guess.
It's not a problem because it's not going to happen. And then it happened, and he posted on Facebook a PSA. So yeah, I'm taking it from every angle at this point. Pause, but it is what it is. I lost a bet, and I probably won't make any bets on any games or series next season.
Good call.
I'll just enjoy basketball for what it is. But the basketball side of me is glad that the 2 top teams are facing off against one another. It's the matchup that we all wanted to see. Obviously, I didn't want to see it for other reasons, but for basketball reasons, I'm definitely going to enjoy it.
I guess the same question to you, Aaron. What do you think is going to happen at least in these first 2 games?
I think they split. I think Houston comes out and probably blows out the Warriors. Probably by at least 12. It just seems like Game 1 is usually been blowout. I don't know if that's true, but I'm just assuming that most Game 1s have kind of been decided pretty easily.
You mean this year or just?
This year.
Oh.
I really like the way Houston's playing. I still don't think Curry is 100%, but any Curry is better than no Curry. But the Rockets, man, Chris Paul had himself a game today. 0 turnovers. What did he have, 41?
41.
And his three-point shooting has gotten so much better, too. I mean, I haven't really looked at his percentages, but it seems like he's hitting them all the time now on mismatches. Even though he's shooting over like bigger defenders, it kind of looks like he has to like launch it up at a weird angle, and he still makes them. I mean, today he hit like this banker.
He's shooting 38% for the postseason.
Yeah, what's his career though? Like 34.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. But no, I think the Rockets. I think they're feeling themselves. Got some momentum going. I think the Warriors still kind of screwing around. I mean, just look at this game today. How much were they up by? Like 20 something. Got down to 7.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just ridiculous. In a closeout game, they're out here screwing around. So I really think they'll probably. Are we making predictions yet? Are we making predictions yet?
Well, I'm just.
Or are we just only gonna go?
I guess I had more of a question. Was Houston one of the slower paced teams this season?
I do not know. I would probably guess yes, because they kind of like to just run their little high post pick and roll mismatches.
So is it going to be something similar to what we saw in the Spurs series, where they're going to slow the game down? Because
I think so. I think that's the best way for them to try to beat the Warriors. I don't think you want to get into a running up and down style, and then that way you create confusion on the defensive matchups.
Yeah.
So they probably think Chris and James can beat Curry and whoever all day, whoever they try to ISO in the pick and roll situations. So yeah, I think it'll be methodical, surgical, precision execution by the Rockets, but I think they do split. Obviously, I mean the Warriors have the big four. I mean, Houston does not have an answer for KD, so I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do there. I mean, we've all seen D'Antoni is not really into defensive matchups. No, that's the thing. Is the most surprising thing is how great their defense has been. That's been shocking. They've been pretty good. I don't know if it's just because of Capella. Is kind of covering for everybody. I mean,
that's one part of it. I was just wondering if it's more like they've been so bad that now that they're actually playing some defense,
average defense, that's noticeable,
especially this postseason. Because, like you said, they were a top defense to start the season.
Yeah,
and then I want to say after All-Star break, just kind of just.
But then again,
the defense went down the tank. The offense was just great.
No Rubio. Exum gets hurt.
Oh, you mean this series?
Yeah, Donovan dealing with toe issues.
Yeah.
Donovan got hurt in the
right, but he had the toe issues prior to that, so he wasn't as explosive as the previous series. I mean,
but all that aside, I'm not sure if the defense is going to be enough to take enough points away from the Warriors that the Rockets are going to need to win, because they obviously have the offense, but your defense is going to have to do something, or else the Warriors are the best at getting points. That's just how that offense is built. So you have to do something. You're not going to stop them, obviously, but you need to do something where you can limit the amount of points they score and then still blitz them offensively, which is what happened in 2016.
I'm really curious to see what like the 3-point percentages for the Warriors is compared to like last year or the previous year.
Well, it's worse.
Yeah.
The 3-point percentage.
Because it definitely, watching the games, it does seem like that Clay and KD have been struggling with their three ball. I mean, what was a game?
When struggling, you mean like upper 30s, right?
No, that one game. I mean, KD went like 2 for 7, and Clay was like
that's true.
Something pretty bad.
That
they got smashed on.
Yeah.
But then the next game, KD was like, I think that's when Draymond texted him, was like, "We need you," whatever that story was, and then he just took it. Well, that's what he did. He just went down to the post and was just killing from mid range, which he really should do. But they've been still struggling with the 3 ball. So
was that the easiest 38 you've ever seen?
It didn't even seem like 38.
I know.
Once I heard he had 38, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense, considering he was just shooting over everybody.
And it didn't seem like it was like ball hogging
all
either.
All that happened with AD is he put a little bit more arc on the shot.
Yeah.
That was it. And it's more insulting that they put 6'9" in his as he's listed as 6'9".
I thought they changed it to 7 feet finally.
Nah, tonight they put 6'9" on the overlay. I'm like, relax, guys. He's 7 feet, easy. But anyway, so back to the series though. Do you think they should just single cover KD no matter what he's doing, and then use those other bodies they have against your Clays and Currys? So like Ariza, Maba Mute,
I think you have
PJ
to.
Tucker.
I think you have to, because if you
yeah.
double him, I mean, it's already a pick your poison if you stay home.
Yeah.
But now you're just picking a lethal injection if you double him, because he's going to be able to see over the defense clearly. He's 7 feet tall.
Right.
And if the death lineup's out there, your best bet is hope that the ball swings to Iguodala, but he's even been hitting in the playoffs. So you're either gonna live with a KD 2 or 3, or die by a 3 from Steph,
or Clay.
Draymond, Clay, whomever.
Which is pretty much all you can do is, right, if Dre and Iggy are hitting shots like that, there's nothing you can do.
There is absolutely nothing you can do.
Yeah, so that's why I'm wondering, like, what's the defensive strategy going to be for the Rockets? Like, what are they going to do?
Well, they're probably going to do what everyone tries to do and have Iggy and Draymond beat you, but nobody's really been successful at doing that.
Yeah. Well, the issue is, like, so even in those cases, like, Clay and Steph are still going off. Like, it's so they're not. Right. You're not necessarily limiting anything, even though you're trying to let Dre and Draymond shoot.
So who do you think would be a sacrificial lamb for KD? I want to say, though, they're going to put Ariza on him and think...
And just live with that.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's the best way to go. I would probably put Ariza on Clay and try and take Clay out.
Do you feel like it should be someone more physical? Because, I mean, no one's going to be 6'4" like Drew Holiday is, so they're not going to have that issue.
Yeah, I would probably take my chances with KD's long jumpers and threes versus the closer post-ups. And just live with that. That'd be my guess. But I would probably try to take Clay out the most.
Right, yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Because Clay is really...
Because he unlocks it for everybody.
He's the key.
Or at least when Curry's out there, he unlocks it for everybody.
Well, because you can have Curry cook, you can have KD cook, but Clay's the one that kills people. Like the 20 points in a quarter. He's that type of dude that you can't do anything because he's 6'7", and you put a shorter guy on him, just shoot over him. I mean, they're probably going to put Gordon on him.
Well, at least the Rockets have 4 guys, I think, in that same height category, so it's not an issue like it was this series.
So I would probably do that.
Pelicans they had a size issue, obviously, because Clay and KD were just shooting over the top of everybody. So
my guess is they would probably throw PJ probably on Clay.
Other side of it. So what are the Warriors going to do when it comes to Harden and CP3 and Capella?
Well, Capella, that's an easy one, so I'll go after that one first. I think Capella.
Don't say JaVale.
No.
Okay.
I don't think Capella has the same impact in this series as he's had with Minnesota, especially. And for whatever reason, he just took the chi out of Rudy Gobert. I think. Going back to that death lineup, I think that poses a problem for Capella because he's going to have to defend on the perimeter. If I know Capella's guarding either Iggy or Draymond, I'm just going to step back. And Draymond already plays from the high post anyway, or from free throw line extended. So Capella is not going to be at his strength, which is rim protection, if he's out, free throw extended. So defensively, he's not going to have the same impact. Offensively, he rim runs. But we know that, JaVale McGee, if he's out there, will just play weak side because he can play off of him. There's no sense in even trying to defend him outside of the rim run. Just come on the weak side, bat that stupid lob that's not going to reach him because JaVale's 6'11". His wingspan is 7'12".
So you think he'd have more success than Rudy Gobert did?
I think so because he'll play a little bit more free. And they do a lot of switching. Golden State does. So those passing lanes really, they're few and far between. So I think defensively, Golden State is way more sound than the Jazz. Obviously way more sound than Minnesota. That's a joke. So the Rockets have to make sure that they cherish every possession, and they have a tendency to trick off possessions. This is not a series where they can do that.
Both teams do, right? The Warriors just have a larger margin of error. I think that's the right way to say it.
So I think is probably what they're going to do with those pick and rolls is I think they'll probably have whoever is in the corners help out on that lob, look for that lob.
Mhm.
And I think they're going to try and make whoever's in the corner, PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, or whoever, beat them. I want to say that's probably like their plan.
Which could backfire.
It could.
Yeah.
Both
teams have that kind of.
Yeah.
The
This
corner
can
three-
backfire and Draymond can hit.
But I mean, what's
threes.
better? You live with a 45% three or a 98%
Well, my
dunk.
thing is like, so previously, Curry could hide on, who was it, Patrick Beverly? I forgot who the point guard was before CP3 was there. So this time around, they're going to put Clay on Harden, but now when those two play together, like what's going to happen with that CP3 Steph matchup?
I don't see
Because I think that dynamic is pretty different than what they had in previous years. Especially, of course, Chris Paul is gonna be extra, right? Because it's the Warriors.
That's what I'm
now,
looking forward to.
right? So, like, I'm curious how you feel
wait.
that's going to play out, because that's going to be a new dynamic between these two teams.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
Watching CP3 pound the rock so hard, trying to
Right.
just cook on Steph is gonna be grand.
Yeah.
Before we touch that, just want to make sure that I do touch on the fact that the corner three is the secret weapon for the Houston Rockets. They're Ariza's, they're Gerald Green's, who has now become a jump shooter, PJ Tucker's. They hit that like layups. So the Warriors can't leave those corners unguarded. That's the death of them if they do that. But going back to CP3 versus Steph, man, Steph doesn't get the respect that he deserves on the defensive end, and I think this will be
Still, too.
Well, I mean,
Still doesn't get it.
there's a reason.
He's not as bad as people think.
yeah.
He's not as good either. So, like, we need.
He doesn't need
he's
to be
good at
good.
team
Right.
defense, but
Well, here's the
I
thing.
mean, we saw it with Kyrie. Like, that was one of the ways the Cavs beat them, was just that ISO matchup. They switch, and then Curry ends up on Kyrie, and then
Right.
Kyrie cooks.
Wait,
So,
Kyrie is way quicker than CP3.
This is
CP3 is not a quick guard.
this is true.
He kind of plays a little bit of bully ball, which is not going to work against Steph because you're going to get called for the offensive foul. This is a 2-time MVP. He's going to get
Do
the.
they call those still? Or no? I didn't feel like they were calling those
No,
for Steph
it-
lately,
Not really.
or at least this year anyway.
Well, I mean, if you just bully over somebody, they've been
Eventually,
calling.
yeah,
They've been
they'll call
calling that. You can't just bulldoze and truck stick someone and expect to just not get the call.
I will say Chris will probably get Steph in foul trouble in this game one. I think
And Houston too.
I think he will
Yeah.
make it an issue and try to get Steph out of the game.
Yeah, one of those three Warriors players is gonna get in or
Easy.
one of the two.
Yeah, we
Clay
could
Clay
already
or
call
Steph.
that. Book
Yeah.
it. Book it.
One of those guys are gonna get a quick 2 fouls in like the first 2 minutes.
quick,
first
boom,
two,
First
three.
quarter, someone's gonna have 2
Man.
fouls.
And then there's going
Easy.
to be a huge barrage in the third quarter for the Warriors if that happens. That's my.
Well, I
prediction.
mean, they always have that third quarter barrage. Like that's a Tay bet. That goes without saying, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely more interesting than I thought it'd be. Now that I actually thinking about it and know what's coming up, but man, I just don't see it for the Rockets.
How?
I just don't see.
I don't get what you guys don't see. I see it,
Well, defensively, the Warriors
but I
have
also
turned it
also
on.
believed in the Raptors. So
Are you dehydrated? Is this like a mirage that you see?
Well, the Warriors turned it on defensively, so that's one thing, and then their offense is starting to click, like we're used to seeing, or like we saw last year.
I'm probably being suckered into the regular season and how they're just playing now. That's why I believe in the Rockets.
And I'm not seeing the what's the word? I guess dominance with the Rockets.
You need to
that I was expecting.
dominate. They just shoot
I
so many
think they-
damn
I think
threes.
they do. When
It's so crazy.
But the Warriors, they have a great 3-point defense.
That's true.
So it's just like, okay, you're going to shoot a bunch of threes, but you're going to end up shooting 29%,
So you thinking they're going to
30%?
just chase you off the 3-point line and just make you score twos?
I would. If playing the Rockets, I would.
I love how in the post game, not this post game for tonight's game, but in game 4, James Harden said that the threes were a bonus for them when they shoot 50 of them a game. How's a three a bonus when that's the?
Well, I think they were getting everything else too. I think that's what he's talking about. So they were getting shots at the rim. They were getting the mid range via Chris Paul and Eric Gordon. I think
Yeah.
was the other person. So I think that's what he's talking about. They're gonna need all of it though.
They
this
need
next series,
all of it and some more. So
Yeah.
going back to the question of pace, regular season, Rockets were right in the middle of the pack. They were 14th in the league in pace. Warriors were 5th.
Okay.
In the postseason,
Yeah, that sounds about right from the eye test. I mean, because the Rockets, they don't.
It's just high pick and roll you to death,
Yeah,
right?
it's not 7 seconds or less.
in the postseason,
Yeah.
Rockets are 9th. Warriors are 3rd.
Pelicans are 1.
Both in the regular and postseason.
Yeah.
Pelicans are 1st.
Yeah, that was their death sentence. I was like, you're not gonna outrun the Warriors.
No.
Shout out to Gentry.
So if
but
you try to
anyway,
slow it down into a half-court set, if you're the Rockets, you have to find the chink in the armor in the Warriors, and I just don't see it on the defense.
Yeah, I mean that's historically has been rebounding, right? You pound the offensive glass, like that's kind of been the Warriors. I don't want to say kryptonite, but that's one of the ways that you beat them.
I guess
That's one of the ways the Cavs beat them. By Tristan Thompson.
I was going to say, honestly, we could kind of compare this to the Cavs last year, or well, 2 years.
2 years ago.
Because if you think about it, the Cavs and Rockets kind of play similar, with Harden and LeBron playing the same role.
Yeah.
I guess CP3 and Kyrie, sort of. I mean, the only difference is Capella is the Cavs didn't have anybody like Capella. I mean, Tristan may be the closest, but I mean,
A bunch of rim run and
Yeah.
So I guess what basically I'm trying to get at is I think the Cavs,
the style is
the
there.
Cavs if you go back to watch Cavs Warriors, it might be a blueprint of what's probably going to happen.
But then
High
that,
135 to 115.
KD's that
games.
trump card.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Damn it, KD.
I still like the
man.
Rockets, so my prediction is Rockets in 6 or 7. Just because they shoot so many threes.
Yeah.
That's my logic. Is
Yeah.
3 is bigger than 2 or is greater than 2.
All
Not
right.
when it
All right,
doesn't go
math
in.
guy. Not
No,
when it goes
I
in.
mean,
no,
I
it doesn't go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate watching the Rockets because it's so boring. They just shoot so many threes. I can understand why old school NBA people and old school whatever hate this style, this new. I mean, because they run to the 3-point line on fast breaks, like 3-on-1s. That's
Right.
kind of insane. Like that goes against everything we've ever been taught about basketball. Like
Even Capella, it's like no.
so, that's my prediction.
That's next season.
Rockets in 6.
Got Dubs at 5.
No, actually,
man.
I'll go 7.
Dubs at 5, man.
Dubs get 3 games.
I hope it goes
Dubs at
7
5.
since I have nothing to lose now, and I want to see as much basketball as possible. But it's
True.
probably it's Dubs in 5 just because I want to respect.
Secret reverse jinx.
First jinx.
Just because
Yeah.
I'm giving the Rockets a little bit of respect. They can pull off a game. Otherwise, I'd say it'd be a sweep.
Pull off a game.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just this is one of those things.
The disrespect.
I need to see it.
I'm trying to represent Houston.
I have yet to see the Hampton 5. I hate that name. Just get pushed against the ropes. We haven't seen it.
True.
Like the team that lost didn't have KD. They had Harrison Barnes. Shout out to Dante Delgado. But yeah,
Single-handedly
I
sabotaged that series. By the way, shot
He
horrible.
did.
don't know. Yeah, he did.
He would have hit a couple threes.
Just one.
Yeah, literally. Just one.
Literally.
It
He
would've
could have
been-
changed the outcome of the NBA right now, the landscape, everything.
Yeah.
This is
Like if that last year's Cavs team
I wish I had the Infinity
see how
Gauntlet
this-
that I
I
could
don't see
snap
how
my
this Rockets team is
fingers
gonna
and make
do it.
Harrison Barnes make a 3-pointer.
if you had the Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah, and make everything go back to
You're going to use the Infinity Stones for Harrison Barnes?
KD signs with the Celtics, teams up with Kevin Love, and then
That's crazy.
we get all these other dominoes.
Talk
that
about
happen.
misuse of power.
You
That's
do
crazy.
you do realize that at some point you're killing half of the population in order to get this done.
No,
Just for Harrison Barnes to hit a couple of
I wouldn't
jumpers.
kill anybody.
You're going to kill Black Panther. Spoilers, everybody. Wow.
Yeah.
You'd kill half the universe for Harrison Barnes. That's a fan.